like my dad.
This year, the National September 11th Memorial opens in New York City. Join us to honor, remember, and reunite. You can help right now by texting the word HOPE to 80088 to give $10.
The White Sox and Miller High Life are proud to show our support to veterans and help give them a piece of the high life. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the center field gates and welcome Wendell Middlebrooks, the world's most famous Miller High Life delivery man, who will deliver the game ball to our special guest, Army Specialist Nick Colgan. Miller High Life will donate 10 cents for every specially marked Miller High Life and Miller High Life Light bottle cap or can tab returned to participating retail accounts or via mail. Proceeds will go directly to providing veterans who are members of the Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America, the IAVA, with a variety of high life experiences ranging from tickets to professional sporting events and concerts to outdoor adventures. The IAVA is the nation's first and largest nonprofit organization committed to bettering the lives of veterans of Iraq and Afghanistan and their families. IAVA is dedicated to educating the public about the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, advocating on behalf of those who have served, and fostering a community for troops, veterans, and their families. Specialist Colgan served as a combat medic for Bravo Company of the 82nd Airborne in Afghanistan. He took part in over 700 combat patrols within the Bagram Security Zone and later moved to Fire Base Morales Fraser in Taga Valley. He received the Bronze Star for meritorious service. Upon returning home, Nick was diagnosed with a traumatic brain injury, but is now almost completely recovered. He now attends the University of Wisconsin-Stevens Point, where he is earning his Bachelor of Science degree in English and works with Iraq and Afghanistan Veterans of America. Fans, please welcome to the mound to throw out today's ceremonial first pitch, Specialist Nick Colgan of the United States Army.
At this time, we ask that everyone please rise, remove your hats, and join us as we honor the victims of the September 11th attacks during a moment of remembrance.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now please remain standing and welcome IBU for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the blast bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the
From the City Beautiful. Today, the White Sox and Major League Baseball families across the country stand tall in our support of the We Shall Not Forget campaign as we mark the 10th anniversary of 9/11. Now, as each one of us carries a heavy heart on this day, we move our attention for a moment to the playing field as today the Sox look to finish this four-game set with the Cleveland Indians in the win column. It's the finale, Sox and Indians, next on Comcast Sportsnet. From the City Beautiful, Chicago, Illinois, Comcast Sportsnet presents White Sox baseball. It's Paul Konerko, A.J. Brzezinski, Zach Stewart, and Sox as they get set to butt heads with Manny Acta's Cleveland Indians. Hi, everybody, and welcome. With Steve Stone, I'm Ken Harrell. Since we get set to bring you the finale of this four-game set, as you know, the Sox have taken two of the first three. So the Sox come in 2 games over 500, 9.5 games back of the Detroit Tigers. And today, besides the celebration commemorating the 10th anniversary of 9/11, we've got a ball game to play and Zach Stewart on the bump.
Last time out, Zach Stewart couldn't have been any better. Well, maybe he could have if he threw a perfect game, but that's the only way he could have been better. He faced 28 guys, and only Danny Valencia ruined the party with a double in the 8th inning. So he threw the ball as well as you could possibly throw it. He was aggressive. He was good in the strike zone with his breaking ball, and hopefully today more of the same. His record is 2-3. He looks to even it up. Ubaldo Jimenez goes to the mound, and he was a late-season addition to the Cleveland Indians. They were hoping he would put him over the top. Well, he's 2-2. His ERA is up over 5, and he's been inconsistent. Some days the curveball works, some days it doesn't. He does have a good fastball, and he throws a splitter occasionally. So this is a guy, ostensibly, after winning 19 games last year, that you thought would be the ace of your staff. In the American League, at least, it hasn't worked out that way. Let's take 3 or 4.
All right, sit back, relax, and strap it down. White Sox baseball coming your way.
White Sox baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois. 75 years being right here in Illinois means no one's closer to your wellness. Experience wellness everywhere. Subway. Every day at Subway, choose from many delicious regular foot-long subs for just $5. Subway. Eat fresh. Honda. Visit your local Honda dealer today or go to shophonda.com and find great values on a new Honda. AT&T Uverse. Find out more of what's possible at att.com. AT&T. Rethink possible. And by United. Proud to fly the Chicago White Sox.
Maniacta is going to line up his Cleveland Indians. Fukudome leading off. Then it's Donald, Santana, Hafner as a DH with Duncan, Chisenhall, Valbuena, Crow, and Marson rounding it out. The Degree defensive setup and how they're going to line up behind Zach Stewart. Diaz, Rios, and Viciedo left to right with Morel, Ramirez, Beckham, and Konerko. A.J. Pierzynski gets a nod behind the plate. And the Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher Zach Stewart coming off a one-hit shutout. And now we're ready to play baseball, and I am ready on this beautiful day to turn it over to my play-by-play partner, Ken Harrelson.
All right, Steve, thank you very much. And once again, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to White Sox Baseball right here on Comcast Sportsnet. So happy you could join us for the finale of this four-game series for the Cleveland Indians. And here's Kosuke Fukudome, gets set to look at the first pitch of the ball game. And it's a strike. Fukudome hitting at .274, 3 homers and 17 knocked in. He's 3 for 14 in this series. And the count 0-2.
That's exactly the way Zach started out last time. He kept pounding the strike zone early, and he was ahead of most all of the Twin hitters.
He'll get it and throw it. Cleveland comes in at 71 and 72. Hitting at .247 as a club. They have a 4.06 team ERA. And this is the 14th meeting of the year between these two. In the first 13, Sox have won 9 of them. And there's a souvenir left side.
Actually, Fukudome's done quite a bit better with the Indians than he did with the Cubs. So for whatever reason, the American League, at least to him, is to his liking.
Now feels slightly to the left. And there is Diaz. 1 out. And here at beautiful US Cellular Field, 330 down the left field line, 335 down the right field line, 375 in the gaps, and 400 straightaway center. That'll bring up the shortstop today, Jason Donald, hitting at .289, a homer. He's driven in 5. Takes that pitch low and away. Indians come in there 32 and 39 on the road, while at home they are 39 and 33. And the count 2-0.
Donald, viewed as a utility man, getting a chance to play and making the most of it. That batting average has been in the high 280s, 290s for quite some time.
And the 2-1 delivery.
Let's take a look at the umpires for the game tonight. Brian O'Nora, the crew chief behind the plate. John Tempane at first. Alfonso Marquez at second, and Ed Hickox manning the duties at third.
Just a beautiful day here in the city. Beautiful. As the 2-2 delivery. And it's full with Carlos Santana on deck. That's into right field. Tank is back there, right in front of the track, and that's out number 2. So here's Santana.
For the most part, I think, Hug, you'd have to say that Viciedo has played more than a respectable right field. I mean, he looks fairly comfortable out there.
Well, I talked to some Jake and some other guys about him, Buddy Bell. And Jake was down there a couple times for rehab. Said he is really a good outfielder, a good right fielder with a gun. His first ball game out there, Ichiro hit a line shot in the right center field. Looked like it was going to be a base hit, and he went over and made an easy catch out of it.
And to me, it's by far his best position. That position usually carries with it run-producing responsibilities, and Dan Viciedo is going to do just that.
Well, defensively, the best thing that a right fielder can do for his pitcher is keep guys from going from first to third. And Viciedo, given an opportunity, can do that.
Oh, he's got a terrific arm.
Santana. And that's a nice way to start a 1-2-3 inning for young 24-year-old Zach Stewart after half inning of play. It's Cleveland nothing, and our guys coming to bat.
Juan Pierre, the DH, leading off. Then it's Ramirez, Konerko, Kaczynski, Viciedo, Alex Rios, who had the game-winning slam yesterday, Diaz, Morel, and Beckham. The Greek defensive setup behind Jimenez is Duncan, Crow, and Fukudome left to right, with Chisenhall, Donald, Valbuena, and Santana. Lou Marson gets a nod behind the plate. The Lexus pursuing perfection starting pitcher is Ubaldo Jimenez. Overall this year, 8-11. He is 2-2 with the Indians, but a higher ERA than he's used to.
And before we show you our picks to click, you at home select yours, as there is first pitch strike to Juan Pierre. Juan hitting at 285, a couple of homers, and 45 knocked in. Count evens at 1. Sox hitting at 254 as a club with a 3.89 team ERA. Sox an unusual record. As there's a little chopper off the fist. And that's out number 1. Sox are 33-38 here at home. 40-33 on the road.
It's hard to explain.
For a good ball club, it's the first time I can ever recall it. And let me put it this way, rephrase that. For a good ball club who has not played well.
Especially here for whatever reason.
Yep. Alexei takes first pitch strike. Got the Tigers coming in starting tomorrow for a 3-game set. Make your plans to be with us here at USA LaField. As he got a cookie right there and popped it up. Shelley Duncan.
Take a look at the pitch tracks, and that's a hanging curveball right over the middle of the plate. Unfortunately, Alexei got under it.
So here's Paulie. Paulie hitting at 312, 29 homers and 98 driven in. Paulie 2 for 11 with a homer in this series, and of course that was a grand slam.
Detroit, winners of 8 in a row, already lead Minnesota 2-0. That game in the bottom of the 5th at Detroit.
And that's popped up right side. A 1-2-3 inning. And after one, no score.
Follow all of today's stats and info in real time with White Sox In Game Live, only on CSNChicago.com, brought to you by The Great Escape.
No score, top of the 2nd inning. It'll be Hafner, Duncan, and Chisenhall. 34-year-old veteran. Hafner hitting at .281, 11 homers, and 49 knocked in. And the count 2-0.
Hafner's played in just 83 games, so once again, it's been an injury-marred season for a guy who's had all kinds of injuries since his big years with the Tribe.
A lot of that started when Mark Burley hit him with a pitch in the hand. Seems like after that, then he hurt his shoulder.
Then he hurt his leg.
I mean, it's just been one thing after another.
And there was a time when he was one of the most feared sluggers in the American League.
No question. He had big power to left center. Now he doesn't have that big power because of the shoulder injury. He's got it to right, but not to the opposite field. He gone.
This is how a sinker baller goes away from his strength to the hitter's weakness, and that's with a high fastball. Normally, that's not Zach's long suit. He prefers to keep the ball down and make it sink, but he knows that throw a high fastball, you throw it right by Hafner, and he got it there.
Here's a good fastball hitter, Shelley Duncan. Takes first pitch strike. Shelley hitting at .269, 9 homers and 34 knocked in.
They're playing him in the infield as a dead pull hitter. Alexei is in the hole at short. There you see the defense, and you see how close Morel and Ramirez are with the big hole up the middle. Shelley doesn't think much about punching the ball to right field, though.
No. Two balls and a strike. He's 4 for 12 in this series with a homer.
His career against our ball club, he's been pretty effective.
He's got a good count here. The catbird seat, 3-1. And that is backing out of play. And a reminder, this is your chance to win a Jake Peavy autographed jersey by telling the Sox what you think. Log on to your computer and take a quick survey. Answers are confidential. Visit whitesox.com/survey.
And there's a look at Jake, who was shut down for the rest of this year. He's at 7-7. Nothing much to be gained by stretching him out after that surgery. He'll come back strong next year.
He gone. 2 down.
AJ wants it low and away, and that's exactly where the breaking ball is. Perfect spot, perfect pitch, and a second strikeout in a row.
There's Lonnie Chisenhall hitting at .234, 6 long ones and 14 RBIs.
And Hawk, besides the fact that he hit 2 home runs against Mark Burley, what do you like about this guy's stroke, which shows you that he'll be a pretty good player?
He folds his right forearm outside of his elbow. He can do that. Not that he's going to do it when he goes to center or left. But guys who can do that, is there's a base hit for Duck Snort. A lot of youngsters coming up, they've been taught to keep going with that forearm, and that makes a big swing. When that thing folds, it's a short swing. And when you got a short swing like he can have on a pitch in the middle end, you're going to be effective.
He's got a chance to be a pretty good player. He's got to refine his defense, although he's played well against us. As far as swinging the bat, he's been fairly impressive for a very young guy.
Here's Luis Valbuena. 5 for 34 on the season. Yeah, the more now it's just the opposite for a right-handed hitter. When that left lead arm, that left forearm, the longer it goes towards the pitcher's mound, the bigger the swing's going to be. The faster it goes to the third baseman, the shorter the swing's going to be. Oh, and 2 the count.
Do you ever see long swing guys that have great success over the years?
Oh yeah, there've been some guys who have had a big swing that is. There's a base hit by Konerko, so Chisenhall will make the turn. 2 out runners at the corners. But the funny thing about a big swing is a lot of times people think that a guy has a big swing when it's really a short swing. It's just the perception of a visual perception they have.
It's also the guy swings hard, they automatically assume it's a big swing.
Exactly. And you can take guys who have that, as long as they get to the ball. That's the thing, as far as getting to the ball and getting to the ball out front. So here's Trevor Crowe. A lot of people think Dave Kingman had a big swing. He was actually short. He got to the ball very good.
Well, he could hit the ball very far.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people said that Mark McGwire, his first spring training, was going to have problems with a fastball middle in. And there's a base hit. So Crowe picks up his first hit since being recalled, and it is 1-0 Cleveland. So 2 out, 2 strikeouts, and A duck snort by Chisenhall, Valbuena with a soft single, and now Trevor Crowe with a soft single.
First run batted into the air as he gets his ball down. Most like left-handers really like it there, especially if it's not on the corner.
But all McGuire did in his rookie year was hit 49 home runs. That'll bring up the catcher Lou Marson, hitting at 231.
McGuire, when he came in this league with Oakland, had almost an identical body type to Dave Kingman. They both could hit the ball a mile, and they were both very trim guys.
Oh, and 2 the count. And there's a base hit. Made a mistake right there with that breaking ball 0-2, and that's going to be waved around, and that's going to, here's the throw to the plate, score a pair, and it's 3-0. 0-2 and make a mistake with a breaking ball. It's one thing if you make a mistake with a fastball 0-2, but not a breaking ball.
Marson drives and runs 13 and 14. Not known as a big run producer, but he's had a decent series. That one caught too much of the plate as far ahead as he was in the count. So with 2 outs and nobody on, 4 straight hits. That's a 3-0 deficit.
So here's Fukudomi. Good example of what you were just talking about, because they swing hard, is that a lot of people thought Canseco had a big swing. It's just the opposite. He had one of the shortest swings for a big guy you ever want to see. But it just looked big because of the follow through.
Because they're real strong and they just let it go. They only have one swing, and that's hit the ball out of the park because they elevate.
And that's popped up. Stay in here. Brent coming over. He's got room. Makes the catch. That'll retire the side, but not before. 2 out, nobody on. They come up with 4 hits, 3 singles and a double, and they lead it 3-0. Jim Angio, our director and crew, with AJ. Steve's going with Alejandro Diaz and all the servicemen and women around the world who protect our country. We're going to go with the tank, Diane Viciedo. So we get ourselves a quick 3-0 deficit, 2 on, 2 strikeouts, nobody on, and boom, 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 boom.
We just have to hope that Jimenez doesn't have his control today, because if he does, with this kind of lead, in years past, he's been unbeatable. But this year he's been inconsistent, so there's still a shot.
So AJ will lead it off. Jimenez had a 1-2-3 first. It'll be Pierzynski, Viciedo, and Rios. First pitch strike. And that's flared. That's not going to be playable. Souvenir. Bottom of the sixth in Detroit. Tigers shutting out Minnesota 2-0. You mentioned we got the Tigers coming in starting tomorrow night. Tomorrow night will be Johnny Danks against Rick Porcello. On Tuesday, Kevin Floyd against Justin Verlander. And down goes AJ, 1 out. Then on Wednesday, to be announced for us against Brad Penny. So here's the tank. Hitting at 356. A homer, he's driven in 4. Breaking ball off the corner.
Jimenez last year 19-8 with Colorado. The year before 15-12. And the year before that 12-12. That's when he became a full-time starter 3 years ago.
Jacks it up and takes strike 2, so the count 1-2. Little nubber out in front of the mound. Jimenez. 2 down. I want to send out a big White Sox hello and happy birthday. Happy birthday to Rich Fleming of Goshen, Indiana. Big Sox fan. Happy birthday, Rich. That's with love from your wife, Vicky.
They don't have cell phones?
I'm getting ready to say, I hope it's his wife.
Yeah. I'm wondering about the communication gap.
No, it's his wife. So here's Rios. First grand slam of his career.
And there it is. Of the walk-off variety.
There's another $100 bill, counting tax. And that is 6 up, 6 down for Ubaldo Jimenez. Perfect Match Promise. The Perfect Match Promise. Bring home the big TV of your dreams, and satisfaction is guaranteed. Can't beat that. Top of the third inning, 3-4-0 for them. No runs, no hits, no errors for us. It'll be Donald, Santana, and Hafner. Sox had the bases loaded 5 times in that game yesterday. And it took the fist to get something done.
The opportunities were absolutely abounding. That's a game what realistically we should have won that game 10-3. Didn't work out that way.
Oh, it didn't. 2-0 pitch. And that's popped up. Alexei, 1 out.
Some clouds today, but overall, very pleasant conditions. 86 degrees at the ballpark.
Well, we left 15 guys on yesterday.
Yeah, that's one that got to the 10th that never should have, but as long as you were hanging around, you might as well win it.
Santana grounded out to Beckham.
Santana, switch hitter, far superior hitter from the right side, his natural side, as opposed to the left side where he's got more power.
Mickey Mantle was like that. Much better hitter right-handed, but could absolutely, well, from both sides, had fantastic power, but more from the left side. That ball hit hard right at Alex. 2 down. But Mickey's dad made him promise he would always switch hit.
Worked out pretty well with the kind of speed he had for as wide a man as he was.
He's the fastest guy I've ever seen down the line to this day.
Well, if those times are correct, 3-1.
3-0. They got him 3. It's 3 flat like 5 or 6 times. That's incredible.
No, that's especially again for his size.
Yeah.
Because at the time, although he wasn't terribly tall, he was a wide man.
He's built like the Tank.
Yep.
Like Viciado. Still 1. And they hit him. Breaking ball.
Looked like he actually hit himself, and I think they're calling it a strike.
They're calling it a strike, a swing.
Yep. Absolutely. He hit himself by turning into the pitch. We'll take another look at it. Well, from the side, this is what Ed Hickox is seeing. Well, maybe we caught a break.
And for all the Mickey Mantle fans out there, that book that just came out, The Last Boy, is really a good read. Two and 1 to count. Pretty good pitch, didn't get it.
Watch where the 4 appears. Just didn't tail back enough, although I've seen those called before, just not this time.
3 runs in the second for the Tribe if you're just tuning in. And there is ball 4. So the first walk of the game, and it'll bring up Shelley Duncan, who struck out on a nice breaking ball.
It's Tim Belcher, the pitching coach. And he's good now, and he's going to just get better. He's going to be one of the brighter pitching coaches around before it's over.
Want to know the count. And that's into right center field, and it's going to fall.
With 2 outs, you kind of wonder what Hafner is doing on second base. That ball up in the zone, it was a fastball. Duncan likes high fastballs.
So here's Lonnie Chisenhall. He started off that 3-run rally with 2 out, nobody on. Hit a little duck snort into right field. And the count 3-0.
With Valbuena up next, you wonder if Maniacta would give him the green light. We have seen him show some pretty substantial power in this series.
Nope.
Not on that one. A lot of pitches so far as young Zach has yet to navigate his way through the 3rd inning.
And that's back out of play.
Ken made a nice catch on the fly in the LG Skyline Club seats.
Well, no wonder he gave him the 3-0 take in that situation. He was a soft hitting infielder. Manny.
There's no doubt. I remember Manny. Good manager, though.
Oh, yeah. And that's popped up. Now DeAza taking charge like he should, makes a catch that'll retire the side. After 2.5, it is 3-0 Indians.
to hit a walk-off grand slam. You think about that? And we'll get back to you a little later in the game with the answer. Alejandro had a very big game yesterday. He's shown some surprising power.
He's hitting .314, 4 homers and 17 knocked in. Well, he led the International League in hitting at .322.
He's good at bats, doesn't swing at too many bad pitches, and he's been making contact.
One and one to count. Hall on the grass at third. Santana got a step back of the bag and off the line at first.
Here's our AT&T UVerse multi-view. Get a look from behind Jimenez, right at Diaz, and the third base line in case he slices the ball down that way.
2-2.
Marson got hit with that ball in the dirt. That's why Brian O'Nora went out to talk with Jimenez. Give the catcher a little time to regroup.
And that's out of play. And a reminder, Friday, September 23rd is United Flyaway Friday. One lucky fan will have the chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere in the continental United States that United Airlines flies. United proud to fly the White Sox. And that is another. That one, first row of the upper tank.
Young man with a souvenir, very happy.
Full count.
Brett Morel in the on-deck circle. And Beckham to follow.
And there's the base hit, so you can cancel a post-game show. More pitches a guy sees, the more dangerous he becomes.
After throwing the ball all over, Jimenez throws it right down the middle. And Diaz just punches a base hit.
So here's Morel hitting at .254, 5 homers and 30 knocked in. Takes that breaking ball low and away. Went 2 for 9 in the series, and both of those were home runs. A solo shot and a 3-run blast in game 1. Count evens at 1. Sox in the 7th inning of game 1 scored 7 runs. A 3-run homer by Morel and a grand slam by Konerko. Here goes Diaz. Marson throws high. He's safe and in the center field.
Well, if you're a heads-up second baseman, that's what you do. You go for a ball that you know you have no chance to get and land right on the base runner to make sure he can't go to third. Jimenez is so slow to the plate. Most likely would not have had him anyway. But here he goes up. And then a little bit of a piggyback ride on the back of Alejandro Diaz.
Two 2-1 pitch. And a full count to Morel. See, they got Moneyball being advertised, coming to the theaters.
Movie's coming out soon.
Well, you know, when you got Mulder, Zito, and Hudson, you can write any kind of book you want.
Not to mention Tejada and Chavez.
That's 70 victories right there, those three. There he goes. There's the thrower, and he's safe there. So the ball 4. Runners at the corners, nobody out. So he picks up his 8th stolen base.
If you take that long to deliver the baseball, unless you're giving up no hits and not walking anybody, if you allow the speedsters to get on, your catcher has no chance. And league average is 1-3 from the set position till you throw the pitch. And I would venture to say that Jimenez has to be 1-5 to 1-6.
Here's Gordon. He's 4 for 10 in the series with a couple of RBIs. Takes that breaking ball. Looked at that pitch very nicely. Low and away. Goes through that one at 92. Decent lead by Brent. Pass up the middle. Safe. Oh, close. Close play, but Diaz scores, and it's a 3-1 ball game.
RBI number 39. As Gordon bidding for a base hit up the middle. Nice play by Donald. And Alfonso Marquez on the call. Looked like he might have got him by an eyelash. We get it from this angle.
Boy, that was close.
Yep.
Gordon with a pretty good lead. He's 5 for 7 in stolen bases. Oh, and 1 to count to Pierre. One grounded out to Valbuena at second. And that's up high. Top of the 8th. And Detroit still 2-0. 2-1 to count. Benoit now on for the Tigers. Tampa Bay leading Boston 3-1. That game in the bottom of the third. Tampa Bay only 4.5 games back of the Red Sox in the race for the wild card.
And they've been coming out. Tampa Bay winners of 3 in a row, 7 of their last 10. That'd be a little late to catch the Yankees. However, still time, plenty of time. Especially if you beat them head to head to catch the Red Sox.
Full count.
Let's take a look at the wild card chase. That's the American League with the Red Sox 4.5 games pending the outcome of this one today. The Angels 5 back. And they're making a late charge to catch Texas. And they're knocking at the door.
And there's a base hit. Come on, Gordon, turn it on, buddy. No, they're going to have to hold him. So runners at the corners once again with 1 out.
Another fastball that drifts right over the middle of the plate. And as well as Juan is swinging it, he won't miss many of those these days.
So here's Alexi. He popped up to Duncan in left field.
You would think that early in this sequence, Juan Pierre would be taking off.
Pretty good lead. Softly hit. We're going to go to second. Can't turn it. So Beckham scores, and it's a 3-2 ball game.
RBI number 62 for Alexi. And it is a good thing that the bat broke because it slowed down the ball just enough where they had no shot at a double play.
And here's Pauly. Pauly fouled out to Santana at first. Lifetime against Jimenez. He is now 3 for 6. And the count 2-0.
Some guys love the daytime, and Paul Konerko is the best in the American League in hitting in day games.
There's the strike. Lexi, decent lead. And that breaking ball, call for a strike.
Pretty good sharp breaking ball, and did have part of the plate. Watch the 4 appear. That's a outstanding pitcher's pitch. Hitters can't do much with that one.
2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the third and a 3-2. Cleveland lead. Little chopper 2 up and down to Chisenhall. Over to Valbuena. They get the force on Alexei, but 2 across the plate. We're going to the 4th, trailing by 1.
Player to hit a walk-off grand slam, and the answer, Joe Creedy, back on August 27th of 02. As you can see, he can't hit a grand slam without the bases being loaded. They were, and with the infield drawn all the way in,
he hits it all the way out.
That's a game winner.
And Joe will be throwing out the first pitch here Tuesday night.
That's great. Be good to see him again.
Joe's a good man. So a 3-2 Cleveland lead. 3-5-0 for them. 2-2-0 for us. Lower third of their order, Valbuena, Crow, and Marson. And there's first pitch strike. Valbuena singled and scored back in the second when they came up with all 3 runs. And there's another base hit. He always swings the bat well against us.
Valbuena, another guy, along with Asdrubal Cabrera, another guy came out of the Seattle system, traded to the Indians, along with the third, Shin-Soo Choo, who's on the disabled list. Another guy came from Seattle to the Indians.
Well, that's good scouting on Seattle, and that's good scouting on Cleveland.
Good scouting to start with on Seattle. They might not want to made a couple of those deals. That would have held on to Choo and Cabrera.
Crow single and scored and knocked in a run. And I want to congratulate our game operations crew. They did a wonderful job in the pregame ceremonies, commemorating the 10th anniversary of 9/11. Nicole Manning, Jeff Chanel, Amy Sheridan, Dan Mielke, Roman Farias, Justin Tuazon, and Rocco Fusco. Congratulations, guys. We're proud of you. And there's the strike. And A reminder, Hispanic Heritage Night and fireworks presented by Miller Lite is Friday, September 23rd. Enjoy post-game fireworks presented by Miller Lite. For tickets, call 866-SOX-GAME or visit whitesox.com. That and also United Flyaway Friday. That thing's blown away, and the count 2-1. There he goes. Nice pick. Look at this. They call him safe, but they get the man at first. High throw. It was just a great effort, though, by Beckham.
Great effort by Beckham, and the fact that Crow couldn't get down the line quickly enough. Normally, you figure if there's going to be a throw to second base, especially going away from the throw, you're going to beat it. Not with the arm of Ramirez. He got it there just in time, because this would have been the openings of a potential big inning.
So here's Marson. He got an 0-2 breaking ball that was up, didn't do much, and he hit it into right center field for a 2-run double. Valbuena, though, hitting right around 290 against us lifetime. With a couple of homers and 9 RBIs.
We have to be by far his favorite team because he hasn't done that against a lot of people.
Of course, Jim Thome, the ultimate Sox killer. 484 career bats against us. Hitting 300, 43 homers, and 116 knocked in. Not even 500 at bats. 2-1.
Will Oman loosening up as Zach Stewart is in the mid-70s in pitches. There's a look at Big Jim. Talked to him about retiring or staying on. He said he'll make that decision early in the offseason. He wants to get away from it for a bit. Said he was hurt only once this year, a little nicked up in the oblique area. He felt like he could contribute this year, so you would think somebody would give him a shot. But you never know. Strange game.
Full count with Fukudome on deck. He gone. 2 now.
He swung at ball 4, and that's good. AJ wants it low and away. Zach gets it up and in. Fortunately, he was swinging.
Fukudome has gone out to left, and he is fouled out to Morel. Two and 0 the count.
Looks like this is the intentional pitch around. And they're just going to put him on, take their chances with Donald.
Now Fukudomi hitting .300 against us this year. .255 lifetime. So here's Donald. Donald's 0 for 2. He's lined out to Viciedo on right and popped up to Alexei. And here come Coop.
Dual purpose here is allowing Ullman to get as loose as he can possibly be.
Shouldn't take too long.
No, and go over just exactly what the game plan was so that you remind Zach how they wanted to attack Jason Donald.
And a reminder, join the Shy Sox mobile group by texting Southpaw to 244-769 for a chance to win a Southpaw appearance for your birthday party, wedding, or winter holiday party. Southpaw is available $365 a year for your special event. Text Southpaw to 244-769 to enter. First pitch strike. Close, didn't get it.
It's a 1-1 count, and both pitches in the same spot.
Breaking ball, now it's 1-2. Outfield for the most part straight up, that equidistant. As we talk about, our outfield doesn't move around a whole bunch.
Nope. Fairly stationary, except occasionally on a radical shift.
And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. It is 3-2 Indians.
eat 4 or more with the KFC 10-piece family feast. Just $20.
3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for their guys. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors for our guys. We're in the bottom of the 4th. It'll be Pierzynski, Viciedo, and Rios. AJ, a strikeout victim. Back in the 2nd inning. And that softly hit off the fist. Valbuena. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Nice play by Valbuena, ranging to his right. He's got a strong arm, and he got it there in plenty of time.
So here's the tank. He had a little nubber out in front of the mound that Jimenez threw him out. First pitch strike. Chops that one down. A ball and 2 strikes to Viciedo. And that is out of play. Two and 2. And it's full. That fastball at 95. And there is ball 4. So the 1-out walk. Second walk issued by Ubaldo Jimenez. And that'll bring up Rios, who broke his bat and grounded out to third. And breaking ball down.
Jimenez has 7 wild pitches this year, 6 coming in the National League with the Colorado Rockies and just 1 with the Indians.
And that is 2-0.
Where are you watching them from?
Mark really needs a toolkit. Whatever it is he's working on.
He got the break there. Gave it to Jimenez. And that one was a strike. So 2-2.
It appears to be a piece of the fan that apparently is not working in the dugout. So Mark might be preparing for, I don't know, the Maytag repairman or some other line of work after he decides to stop throwing baseballs for a living. First, let's see if he gets it fixed.
It wasn't, now it is, right?
Too long a set now for Alex's taste. And a full count. So Jimenez throwing a lot of pitches here. To Viciedo and now Rios. There he goes. And that's ball 4, so back-to-back walks. And that'll bring up Alejandro De Aza. He started off that 2-run rally last inning with a sharp single on a 3-2 count in the hole between first and second. Let's get something going right here with 2 on 1 out. De Aza. Breaking ball.
One of the few that Jimenez has gotten over the plate. That was a good one, disappearing down and in.
And that's low. Top of the 9th at Comerica Park. Tigers leading Minnesota 2-1.
That's over. Valverde nailed it down.
He nailed it down for him.
He had 2 on, nobody out. He gave up 1. That was it.
And there's 2-1. And a reminder, Hooters is the official road game restaurant of the Sox. So come into any Chicagoland Hooters location when the Sox are on the road to catch the games on their flat screen HD TVs and enjoy great Miller beer features. Viciedo at second. Rios at first. 1 out. And the 2-1 pitch to De Aza. Breaking ball high into short, right field, right center. Two down. So here's Brent. Morel walked his first trip. Now 2 for 10 in the series. And 0 for 5 lifetime off Jimenez. Breaking ball. And that's off the outside corner. Remember last year, there were a lot of people speculating if Jimenez could win 30 games.
Well, I think he had something like 17 at the break.
Two and 1 to count.
Roy Halladay won the Cy Young Award. Adam Wainwright second. Ubaldo Jimenez third in the voting.
And 3 and 1 with Beckham on deck. And there's ball 4. So he has walked the bases loaded. And now Belcher out to talk to him as Gordon Beckham. 0 for 1 hit into a 6-4 fielder's choice, but he knocked in a run and then later scored. So we need you to do it again.
This is fairly uncharacteristic wildness for Jimenez, who had 14 walks in 41 innings in the National League. I mean, the American League coming into this. In the National League, 51 walks in 123 innings. But he's got 4 early ones in this one.
Look for it. If you get it, go to Hacken. Breaking ball. Good check.
Pretty decent speed.
There it was. And underneath it. That went at 96.
High fastball, and he had the entire strike zone with it. Gordon just fouled it back.
Big pitch right here in this sequence. The 1-1. Ate him up inside. Chisenhall. So we don't get a hit, but we strand the bases loaded, and we'll go to the 5th. It is still 3-2 Indians. $1-foot-long subs from Subway. Top of the 5th inning. Santana, Hafner, and Duncan. 3rd, 4th, and 5th place hitters.
Zach Stewart already at 85 pitches. The bullpen's been up once, but he was able to get out of that 4th inning.
Santana has grounded to second, and he is lined out hard to center. One and one to count. Tomorrow night, Johnny Danks against Rick Porcello. First of that 3-game set against Detroit. So make your plans to be with us. After today, 17 games remain. He gone.
Take a look where the 4 appears, and he had the whole plate. Good moving fastball. Caught him looking.
4th strikeout. And here's Hafner. He was his first strikeout. He also has walked. High and wide. And there's a base hit.
Seven Indian base hits, but just 1 for extra bases. That coming by Marson in the 5th.
So here's Duncan. He struck out his first trip and singled softly into right center. And now AJ wants to have a little chit chat.
Excuse me, that double by Marson was in the 2nd.
Yeah, that was a 2-run double on an 0-2 high breaking ball.
He'll split the gap in right center. And that's the difference in this game to this point.
And once again, activity. Once again, it's Will Oman. And as with a veteran reliever, most of the time, it doesn't take him long to get ready. First pitch strike. Could be. Back him up. And that'll do it. We're halfway home. We trail it 3-2. Canerco to face Ubaldo Jimenez. Juan is 1 for 2. He grounded to second, leading off the bottom of the first. Then in the third, he singled to right. Fastball strike.
Nothing's wrong with Ubaldo's stuff. It's just that he can't throw it consistently over the plate. That's a good thing for our boys.
There's the right. Santana's going to get it.
Good play by Santana because he really didn't have a chance to flip it to Jimenez. He couldn't get there. Valbuena couldn't get there, and so Santana, realizing that it's going to be bang bang, just took a dive and the glove beat him. Here's the look. We'll slow it down for you. Jimenez not there in time, and just before Juan gets there, Santana gets there with the glove.
So here's Alexei 0 for 2 with an RBI. Takes a breaking ball strike. Bottom of the fifth down in St. Pete. Tampa Bay still leading Boston 4-1. Chisenhall backs it up. Now over to first.
He's got a nice arm.
He's going to be a good player. He's going to be a good one.
He had to give some ground and take it on the long hop. He sets and guns it across and gets him pretty easily.
And a reminder, provide your guests with the ultimate experience in the LG Skyline Club, United Scout Seats, the Gold Coast Tickets Club, or Diamond Suites. These areas offer exclusive amenities and benefits and are the perfect place to entertain your guests. So 312-674-1000 or whitesox.com/premium seating. One of the things that come into play about being a real good third baseman is that instant recognition, like he had on that ball right there. Immediately started backing up as soon as that ball was hit.
Yeah, he knew that. He knew he couldn't come in and smother it.
Yeah. Some guys just don't have that instant. It's like half a beat that takes them to recognize it, and then by that time, sometimes that's just too tough a hop for them.
We got a guy working in our minor leagues that was pretty instinctual.
He was beautiful.
Buddy Bell.
We got two of them working down there, and the other, Robin Ventura. They were both really good third basemen. Robin couldn't run a lick, and he was quick as a cat over there at third. Buddy was not a speedster. Most of your great third basemen couldn't run.
Brooks Robinson certainly wasn't a runner.
No. Greg Nettles was another one. Clete Boyer. They couldn't run. Schmidt probably had the best speed of all the great third basemen in recent decades.
Well, that's one of the reasons why a lot of them move over there. They probably come up shortstops. A lot of them do. They move over to third because they don't have the range, but they've got tremendous first step quickness.
Here's the 2-2. Ball hit hard but foul. Grady had that real good quickness. Morel's got it. Got him. So a 1-2-3 fifth, and we're into the sixth. It is still 3-2 Cleveland.
May 7th that 3.73 team ERA is third in the American League. And now Will Oman comes on. He's in relief of Zach Stewart. Stewart went 5. He leaves with a 1-run deficit. It's up to Oman to hold him right there. Will at 1-3, ERA 4.24, on for the 53rd time. And the bullpen is up and going, so this might be a short stint for Will.
Yeah, he's got Chisenhall and Valbuena, a couple left-handed hitters, and then Crow was a switch hitter. So here we go. Chisenhall 1 for 2 with a run scored. Breaking ball strike. That single of his came with 2 out, nobody on back in the second. That started a 3-run inning. One out. Valbuena's 2 for 2 with a run scored. That sweeper. And the count 0-2. That's deep. Way back. And it is a 4-2. Valbuena just absolutely against us. Swings that bat.
He came in hitting 147. That's his first home run, first run driven in. And that was a no-doubter. So he's not a big man, but he put a charge into that one. A forward home run replay. That's a breaking ball that stayed over the inside part of the plate. And gone. Now it's a 2-run deficit.
So here's Trevor Crow. He's 1 for 2 with an RBI and a run scored.
That says Drupal Cabrera giving him a hug.
And that's in the center field.
Alex wound up doing a nice job because this ball gets by him. It's at least 2, possibly 3 bases. When he realized that he couldn't get to it, it was sinking too quickly. That's when you have to smother it. And that's exactly what he wound up doing. Sinking line drive to center field.
And here comes Ozzie. He's going to make a change. Lou Marson will be the hitter. So Oman goes 1/3 of an inning, giving up the home run. Valbuena now has 13 career home runs, 3 of them against us. So Oman will depart, and we'll be back. Chance to win 2 free round-trip tickets to anywhere in the continental United States at United Airlines Flies. United, proud to fly the White Sox. We're happy to be with them. Sparky, Mark Seipol, Sparky Jr., also Mike Corrigan. Do a great job.
And a Toyota call to the pen. It's going to be Jason Fraser. 3-3 record, ERA 3.5. Jason, since coming over from Toronto, has done a pretty decent job. He's going to inherit some problems. 1 in, 1 on, 1 out. Here in the 6th inning, already trailing by a pair.
So here's Marson, that 2-run, 2-out double back in the 2nd inning. Outfield straight up, about equidistant. Now they shift over a little bit to the right. Gap out there in left center. Phillies on a 6-game winning streak. Lead the Brew Crew 2-1, 6th inning at Miller Park. There he goes. So Crow picks up his 2nd stolen base.
He had one Friday night after a walk. And he has this one after a single. Not a great throw, but he got a good jump. And Gordon couldn't hang on to it anyway.
And the Cardinals on a 4-game winning streak. They lead Atlanta 6-2, bottom of the 6th in St. Louis. Cardinals now, one time, were 10 games back.
Yeah, they looked out of it.
Now they're 6 back as Milwaukee on a 5-game losing streak.
Not only, well, if the scores hold up, they'll be 5 back, but they'll also be inching closer in the wild card race.
D-backs with a 9.5-game lead over San Francisco. Wow. Two down. I tell you, it's just, there's manager of the year.
Kirk Gibson, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Without anybody even being a close second. I mean, outside of Justin Upton, it's just hard to name guys that would play for them.
Well, look, they lost their #1 shortstop for the year, Stephen Drew. That didn't help them any. But they've got a whole lot of pitching out of Ian Kennedy, 19-4, Daniel Hudson. I think he's 16-9, something along those lines. Not to mention a revamped bullpen. They've done just a terrific job over there, and looks like regardless of what San Francisco is going to do the rest of the way, they're not going to catch them. They just don't have offense enough.
So there's ball 4, the intentional walk to Kosuke Fukudomi. And that'll bring up Jason Donald.
There are the standings. It's all Diamondbacks in the West. Dodgers are 500. The Giants somewhat disappointing at only 5 over. It's not because of their pitching staff.
And the Angels leading the Yankees 2-0. That game in the bottom of the 1st inning at the Big A. And Oakland at Texas, no score, bottom of the 3rd at Arlington.
Tampa Bay continues to wallop Boston. It's now an 8-1 game at Tampa Bay.
And the Angels just 1.5 games back of Texas. Texas had them buried at one time, and now just a 1.5 games back. AJ with the block. Tigers on an 8-game winning streak, now make it 9 with that victory today, 2-1 over Minnesota. 9-game winning streak.
And Valverde at 43 for 43 in saves.
And there's a base hit into right field. Tank's going to get a shot to throw him out right here. He gone. A gun by the Tank. Yes. They score one, they lead it 4-2. Mercer.
AJ has a chance to put the ball away, takes the contact, and makes sure he can't score. Had he come in lower and slid around, he might have been able to make it.
But yeah, 2 and 10 on taking AJ out.
That way, you run right into the tag.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. 2 and 10 on taking AJ out. Cost him a run. Pretty good throw by Viciado. So here's AJ. Catching Chisenhall way back, tries to bunt it and fouls it back.
All a catcher asks on a play like that is to get him the ball so he can secure it before any contact comes along, and that's what Diane did on that throw.
Well, if that throw was not as powerful as it was from the Tank, AJ is going to get caught in the air, and then he's really going to get hurt. Out in front, and the count 0-2.
There's a man who saved the 2-run deficit.
4-10-0 for them, 2-2. Only 2 hits for us. Both those coming back in the 3rd inning. Little flipper into short center field. Jason Donald's there. And it's out number 1, and here comes Viciedo. Tank is grounded back to the pitcher and walked. Takes low ball 1. I love to watch guys throw who can throw. Just don't see that many great arms around anymore.
Well, you can see him in the Kansas City outfield all the way around.
That's probably the best all-around outfield defensively in baseball.
Yeah.
Just not that many guys around that can throw.
It was either yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday when Frank Coor threw a guy out on a base hit to right field.
Well, he can throw.
Threw him at first.
Here's a bullet. And yesterday, Juan Pierre, who does not have a strong arm.
Got it there in time.
And a terrific block by AJ.
Yeah, he put the left leg down, secured it, and made sure that Laporta couldn't get to the plate.
That fastball up high to Rios, who's grounded to third and also walked. Well, again, the biggest thing that you want a right fielder to do is keep guys going from first to third. And when you got an arm like Viciedo, then occasionally you're going to throw guys out at home plate.
Back on April 17th of 2010, Ubaldo Jimenez threw the first no-hitter in Rockies history against the Atlanta Braves. There's still 2 teams that have never had a no-hitter. Somewhat remarkable. New York Mets, you would think with all the great pitchers they had, they would have at least 1 and possibly 10. And the San Diego Padres.
He got a good pitch to hit right there and pops it up. Duncan, 2 down. Yeah, the Mets have had some outstanding pitching over the years. That's amazing.
Guys who have run through there. Besides the Seaver and Kuzman and Nolan Ryan days, but David Cohn was a terrific pitcher. Ron Darling, a terrific pitcher. I mean, they've had some just great pitchers over the years.
Well,
Santana went over there.
Yeah, but there was one that was right up there that we hadn't talked about, and that was Dwight Gooden.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was pretty good.
There was a guy that they expected could throw a no-hitter anytime he went out there.
Well, you go 24-4. I think that was in 1985. You went 24-4. That's a nice, solid year for you, for your ball club. 20 over from you.
I'll never forget, I was doing a game for NBC, and we went in there, and Davey Johnson was managing. We were talking before the game. He said, "Hawk, you're going to see something today you probably hadn't seen in a long time." I said, "What's that?" He said, "You're going to see the best young pitcher maybe you've ever seen, period." I said, "Well, Davey, I've heard a lot about him." He said, well, just watch him. Sure enough, I think they were playing the Phillies. He just amazed me. Just a kid.
Great over-the-top curveball. Threw in the high 90s with his fastball. Could spot everything.
That's what was amazing, was his control. As there's ball 4. That's the 5th walk issued by Jimenez. He walked the bases loaded back in the 4th.
Well, he's hit the century mark in pitches. And with the bullpen up and going and Tim Belcher coming out, probably going to give him one more man.
Maybe just giving him a little breather right here.
Dwight Gooden's the example, Hawk, that a lot of scouts, scouting directors, and people who are involved with the draft will tell you that for every Dwight Gooden, for every high school pitcher you get that turns into a Dwight Gooden, if you draft with your first pick a high school pitcher, there'll be 1,000 that you never hear from again.
Well, I've told you before, that to me is the worst draft that a team can make. Drafting a high school pitcher. Number one. I mean, you just can't. Just look at the numbers.
Yeah.
Numbers will verify. So here we go. It's Brent. Tying runs aboard, but 2 out. Brent's been to the plate twice and walked twice. And takes it right there.
Fukudome is the best throwing outfielder that the Indians have, but he's very deep in right field.
One and 2 the count. Talked to a dear friend of mine today just before the game, who was not drafted because they didn't have the draft when he was signed, but he was signed for a tremendous amount of money. Lou Krause by the Kansas City Athletics. His opening game, he pitched a 3-hit shutout and struck out 10 against the Angels. And he was just 17 years old. And he didn't have a great career, but he had a good career in the major leagues for a long time, even with elbow surgery. But those guys who come out of high school like that, as I said, it is what it is. Look at the numbers. Do the math. The 2-2. Jammed him, ate him up. Chisenhall. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the 7th. It is 4-2 Cleveland. It's the 7th inning here at beautiful U.S. Cellular Field. Had a beautiful pregame ceremony commemorating the 10th anniversary of 9/11. 4 runs, 10 hits, no errors for them. 2 runs, just 3 hits, no errors for us. It'll be the first baseman, Carlos Santana, to lead it off. Takes outside. Santana 0 for 3. A grounder to second, a line out to center, and a strikeout. And there's the strike. Same pitch he got called out on. Another one. 1-2. Red Sox trailing 8-1. If they lose, that'll be 5 in a row they have lost. Of course, the Yankees have lost 4 in a row themselves. In that Yankee Angel game, that'll be Freddie Garcia against Irving Santana. And that's foul straight back. Garcia 11-7 for the Yankees.
And the interesting part about the Angels finale is that the last 3 games of the season are against the Texas Rangers in Anaheim. They'd love to come into that series tied, or at the very worst, 1 game back.
Full count to the 25-year-old switch hitting catcher, first baseman, DH. He gone. One out. And here's Hafner.
Big pitch when he had to. Fastball right down the middle. The 94 lets you get away with maybe an inch of poor location.
Hafner struck out, walked, and then poked a single. Yes, he did. Into left field. We got to find a way to come back in this one and win it. We trail at 4-2 if you're just tuning in here in the top of the 7th inning. Indians scored 3 times in the second. 2 out, nobody on. 4 consecutive hits. The last one being a 2-run double. As there's a strike by Lou Marson on a breaking ball that was up out over the plate. Tampa Bay holds on for that victory over Boston. They'll be just 3.5 games back in the race for the wild card. Piazza. 2 down. And a reminder, you can visit the official online shop of the Sox. Browse the largest selection of official gear, including the latest apparel, nostalgic memorabilia, and authentic classics for the whole family. So get your gear from the official source. Shop at WhiteSox.com. Here's Duncan. He's 1 for 3. Bottom of the 7th. In St. Louis, Cardinals leading the Braves 6-2. Checks it up and takes the strike. Later on tonight, Cubs taking on the Mets at City Park. High pop up. Alexei. And that's a nice 1-2-3 inning for Jason Frazier. 7th inning stretch. We need 2 to tie.
Ezequiel Carrera checks in the game defensively in center field. That's going to necessitate
Crow to slide across to left field. Duncan will leave the game. And we've got a new pitcher, and it's Joe Smith in relief of Ubaldo Jimenez. Smith awfully tough. We saw him once in this series. He was just as tough as that 196 ERA would indicate.
Better believe it. First pitch outside. To Gordon Beckham. Gordon 0 for 2, but he has knocked in a run and he has scored a run. Juan Pierre on deck. And Alexei Ramirez in the hole. There's a strike. Four runs, 10 hits, no errors for their guys. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors for our guys. There's that sweeper.
Jimenez went 6 innings, gave up a couple of runs on just 3 hits. Walked 5 and was able to navigate his way through it. Fanned just 2.
Little soft comebacker. And out number 1. So here's Pierre. Juan is 1 for 3. Had a single back in the 3rd inning. And once again, a reminder, make your plans to be with us tomorrow night. First 3-game Tigers. Johnny Danks against Rick Porcello. If you can't make it, that game will be over WCIU. And Tuesday and Wednesday's game will be right back here on Comcast Sportsnet on Tuesday. Gavin Floyd against Justin Verlander. Now Wednesday to be announced for us against Brad Penny. Want to know the count to Pierre. Corners in close. Outfield short, swung around to the left. And there's a strike. Well, Smith's got that late breaking pitch, which is unusual for sidearmers.
And most every one of the sidearmers you'll ever see, their breaking ball might break a bigger distance. It breaks gradually, and you can see it. It stays on the same plane. Joe Smith comes in, looks like it's spinning, and all of a sudden it just darts.
And that's into left field. Crow. 2 down. Yeah, I didn't mind sidewinders or sidearmers like him, but he'd give all right-handers a tough time. I don't want any part of it. So here's Alexei. 0 for 3 with an RBI. Paulie on deck. Come on, Alexei, get on for Paulie. Give him a shot at tying this thing up. Milwaukee has come back to take a 3-2 lead on the Phillies.
They're trying to salvage one of a 4-game series.
And there's a shot to the right side for the base hit, and that'll bring up Paulie. Paulie's due. He's 0 for 3. He's fouled out to Santana at first. Hit into a 5-4 fielder's choice and struck out. And there's a grounder. Donald Valbuena, and that'll retire the side. We'll go to the 8th, trailing 4-2. That 9-11 piece. Pitching change.
Matt Thornton comes in the game in relief of Jason Frazier, who picked it up for Will Oman, who came in for Zach Stewart. 1-4 is Matt this year with an ERA just jumped under 3. Game number 55. He's got to preserve a 2-run deficit. Got a couple of left-handers to face. Well, that's a good way to get yourself, but we're not allowed to do that. Put you on television, so sign didn't work.
First pitch strike to Chisenhall. Lonnie is 1 for 3. Started off that 3-run second with 2 out, nobody on, with a little duck snort in the right field. Count evens at 1. Bottom of the 7th down in St. Pete. Tampa Bay still leading by 7. 8-1 over the Red Sox. There's a solid single to center.
I think the one thing that we both noticed about Chisenhall, he doesn't give any ground to left-handers.
You don't see too many guys giving ground like they used to.
But he's got excellent swings. Obviously at Mark Burley because he hit a couple of home runs, but Matt Thornton isn't all that comfortable for left-handers to face for the most part.
Well, we talked about it when we first saw him in Cleveland. The 2 guys that I like are Kipnis and Chisenhall. They do a lot of good things at the plate.
Kipnis has been hobbled, however. Had an oblique problem, came back from that. That got healthy. Then he had a hamstring problem. That's really been bothering him, and one of the reasons why we don't see him play anymore. And he'll be back in there, but the swing just isn't the same with that leg problem.
There's some gas. Valbuena 3 for 3. 2 singles and a homer. Got a breaking ball from Will Oman, and they'll let it on the inside part. He hit it out of here. And if you missed it, poof.
First home run of the year, first run batted in, and his 3rd hit of the day. Got over 400 feet.
Well, his rookie year back in 09, he hit 10 home runs. He's only got 13. As I said, 3 of them against us.
Sox bullpen the last 10 games, 4-0, the ERA 1.23. Earned runs just 4 with 47 strikeouts, so the pen has been doing quite a job.
Well, we've had the pitching to win this year to get into postseason play. And we've had an excellent defensive effort from the infield. They've been real good. One big component was missing. As that's into left. 1 out. They'll bring up Trevor Crow's 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored.
Well, it showed up yesterday until the 10th inning, and that's situational hitting.
Tardy on the swing, but he gets a base hit.
Chisenhall,
1 out, 2 on.
Chisenhall had to make sure that that one didn't get a piece of him. Fastball down the middle. Crow's 3rd hit of the day.
Arson had that big 2-out, 2-run double in the second. Breaking ball strike. Tribe with 3 runs in the second, 1 in the sixth. Our 2 runs came in the third. Two on, 1 out, 1-1 to count. Top of the 8th inning. Vinny Pistano. Loosening down in the Indian pen.
Pistano was in the game yesterday. The Indian pen had some problems getting the ball over the plate.
Tampa Bay now leading Boston 9-1. Still hitting bottom of the 7th. And that will load them up. So sacks packed with Indians, 1 out, and that'll bring up Fukudomi.
He's been walked intentionally twice in a row, and I don't think that's happened to him too often. Not in the United States, anyway.
And that's into center field. There's a tag. Chisenhall not going anyplace.
I can't believe he didn't go. Not. I know they've had a couple of guys thrown out, but that was really surprising. But we'll take it. That was a big run they didn't get.
It's 2 runs they could have had. Crow, if he makes the slide to the outside.
Yep.
And that one. So here's Donald. Jason is 1 for 4. First pitch strike. Jacks it up. He did not go. (4-2) Indians finale of this 4-game set. That one at 97. That could be trouble. So Chisenhall scores and it's a 5-2 lead.
Even if he picks that ball up, it's not going to matter. He's not going to be able to do anything with it. RBI number 6 for Donald. Sometimes a swinging butt is very effective.
There's Santana. He's 0 for 4 with a couple of strikeouts. 5-13-0 for them, 2-4-0 for us. Indians trying to even up the series at 2 games apiece as that's fouled back. One to count for our guys in the bottom of the 8th. The Pierzynski, Viciedo, and Rios. And that's trouble. That's going to score at least 2. Yeah, they're going to hold him. And it's 7-2.
'70 RBIs this year for Carlos Santana.
It's his 30th double.
He hit that ball awfully hard. Hard enough to drill it by Viciedo.
And it'll bring up Hafner. He's 1 for 3 today. So a tough inning for Matt Thornton. Santana, 30 doubles, 2 triples, 21 homers, and 70 ribbies. No chance on the curveball, and the count 0-2. That one in the dirt. One thing about our pitching, even though as good as it's been this year, it seems like when we've had tough innings, they've been big crooked numbers went up on that board. We've had some big innings against us.
Well, this is particularly damaging because it's 3 runs late and extended the lead from 2, which was manageable, to 5, which is a bit difficult.
If you're just tuning in, Zach Stewart started. Had that one tough inning back in the 2nd. He struck out Hafner, then he struck out Duncan. Then a little duck snort by Chisenhall, a little soft single by Valbuena, another soft single by Crow, and then a double, 2-run double by Marson. They scored 3 runs. And that'll retire the set, but not before the damage is done. That crooked number of 3 goes up there. 7-2 Cleveland. Your sports day started with the Dan Patrick Show weekday mornings from 8 to 11 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Josh Judy comes into the game. We've seen him in the series. On for the 7th time, ERA up over 5. His control has been far from letter perfect, but he's got a 5-run lead to deal with.
Cleveland 3 in the 2nd, 1 in the 6th, and 3 in the 8th. There are 2 coming in the 3rd inning. So AJ will start it off. AJ is due. He's 0 for 3. He's 2 for 11 in the series. Seven, 14 and 0 for them. 2, 4 and 0 for us. And that's chopped foul, so the count 0-2. Pierzynski. That tail's way outside. Desiedo on deck. And that is popped up into center field. Can of corn for Carrera. 1 out. So here's the tank. He's 1 for 2. He walked and singled hard into left field. Breaking ball high. Josh Judy. And that's nubbed. Foul. Josh, 25 years old, out of Morgantown, West Virginia. And at Indiana Tech. And the 1-1 pitch. Goes through that one at 93. Checks it up in the count 2-2. Just 1 home run in this ball game if you're just tuning in. That by Valbuena. His first of the season. Coming in the 6th inning. That is high into center field. He just missed it. 2 down. Got a cookie right here.
Yeah, Judy's slider, because he throws it from the side and he gets under a lot of them. They don't do much. And although he got away with that one, he keeps throwing it like that and doesn't get his fingers on top of the ball. He's not going to get away with a lot of them.
So here's Rios. Alex 0 for 2 with the base on balls. And another pop-up. 3 pop-ups. And that'll retire the side. We'll go to the 9th. Not good.
On their heels. Tigers winners of 9 in a row. Then it's off to Kansas City for 4. Then a day off. A split doubleheader against the Indians. So 4 in Cleveland. We're coming right back here for the final homestand of the season. That's the Falco upcoming schedule. And a youngster who's getting a whole lot of attention, Addison Reed, comes into the game. Those are his minor league numbers. 4 stops in the minor leagues and a combined 1.26 ERA. And from what we've seen up here, 43 hits in 78 in the third innings. I'm not sure how they got the 43.
I'm not so sure how you get that 1.26 ERA. Wow, he is exciting. A good arm, good mound presence. Looks like he knows what he's doing. So here's Ezekiel Carrero hitting at 244. No homers. He's driven in 11. First pitch strike.
He's got 96, 97 in his pocket. And he's got a good straight change and a slider to go with it.
One and one to count. The 24-year-old outfielder. And that's up high. And that one at 95. He just cruises at 95.
And with a straight change at 86, there's enough disparity to get you out in front of just about everything.
The 2-2. He gone. His last outing. Came in for an inning and struck out the side.
.96 on the inside corner.
That Milwaukee Philly game going to the top of the ninth now with the Brew Crew leading 3-2. Here's Chisenhall. That's into center field. And 2 down. So here comes Valbuena. Luis 3 for 4 today. Had that big single back in the second inning to keep that 3-run rally going, and then he homered in the 6th. He also singled in the 4th. And that's in the left. Can of corn. Nice inning for Addison Reed. And we'll go to the bottom of the ninth. We got some woodwork to do. Game live immediately following the game on Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
And we've got a new pitcher coming in. It's Chad Durbin. Came in yesterday and had some problems getting the ball over the plate. Now for the 52nd time, 4.84 ERA and a 2-2 record. But he's got a 5-run lead to work with. And we've got 3 outs to work with.
Well, sometimes that 5-run lead makes that play a little wider.
It's true.
So here we go. Piazza, Morel, and Beckham. Scheduled hitters here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Piazza 1 for 2. Started off that 2-run third with a sharp single off Ubaldo Jimenez. .33-year-old right-hander. Chad 6'2", 225 pounds. And there's the strike. That's outside. That ball hit hard. Carrera, get over his head. It will. So the ground rule double. Alejandro continues to sting the baseball. That's his 8th two-bagger.
I'm not sure Carrera realized how hard that ball was hit when it left the bat, but it just kept accelerating over his head. Alejandro crushes this ball. The ball is up and away, and he hits it very hard over Carrera's head and watches it bounce out of the ballpark.
I've only heard one great outfielder say it, but I'm sure as that's fouled back by Brent, I'm sure there have been others who did it. Willie Mays, we're playing golf one day, and we're talking about playing the outfield, and he said he plays outfield with his ears as well. That ball hit hard but foul. He said, I can just tell by the sound and just how hard it's hit and how fast I have got to get back to that spot.
Well, if anybody could, he would have been the guy.
What a player. What a player.
660 home runs. Had to change his stroke completely when he moved into Candlestick Park because couldn't hit the ball out in left field.
And a little guy.
Yeah, not real strong, but not big. Not compared to some of the others.
I tell you, he was a lot of fun on the golf course. He had a big, hard slice. You know, he could kill it, as you would imagine. That almost nipped him. 2-2. That ball hit hard. Stretch. Nope. Right back on the track in front of the 400-foot sign. So Diaz will move into third. 1 out.
And Durbin's not fooling anybody. Brent Morrell takes this ball out over the plate. Looked like it was a cutter or a slider. Didn't do a whole lot. And Chase Carrera all the way back. Just about the deepest part of center field.
So here's Gordon. He's 0 for 3, but he has knocked in a run and he has scored one. And count 2-0. I asked Willie, I said, when you got a full house, can you still hear the ball? He said, yeah. Goes through that one. And count 2-1.
An old Candlestick, you could hear it off the breaking ice.
Well,
because it was really cold in that park.
You're not going to hear it in the old Metrodome.
No, that's true.
Not when they had a full house. That's popped up right side. Santana. And that's out number 2. So we're 1 out away from splitting the series with the Tigers and going to 10.5 down.
And reducing the Tiger magic number to 7.
One is 1 for 4. Well, there's one thing about it.
They can't celebrate in our ballpark this year.
We have nobody to blame but ourselves. It's that simple. But the Tigers did improve their club, and they did play well. As there's a base hit, and they have been playing well. So you've got to give them a tip of the cap.
And we've been sitting around waiting for that 9-game winning streak, and the Tigers are on a 9-game winning streak.
So here's Alexei.
That'll be number 46 for Juan Pierre.
First pitch strike. Alexei's 1 for 4 with an RBI. And now we're down to our last bullet. 0-2 the count. And that's just off the corner. Wire woes started in spring training. It's not a good spring in that respect. He just continued on. And the Brewers have won. The 2-2. Full count to Ramirez. Call for a base hit. And there's the base hit. Let's make this thing a little dramatic here as Polly's coming to the plate. Let's give him a pucker.
Some guys make it look pretty easy, and some guys make it look really difficult. And from what we've seen this year of Chad Durbin, he makes it look really difficult. Third hit of the inning. And he hits it right back up the middle. So runners at the corners with a tying run in the on-deck circle.
Paulie 0 for 4, so he certainly is due.
Maniacta didn't want to get that bullpen up again, but he's had to.
Lays off that breaking ball. One swing of the bat. We got ourselves a 1-run ball game.
Chris Perez, the closer, loosening up. Maniacta, you're sitting around thinking, I've got a 5-run lead going into the ninth, and I'm going to wind up getting my closer up and maybe in the game.
Well, earlier in the year, we had that scenario a few times. Meanwhile, the count 2-0. Come on, Paulie. Give him a thrill. 2-0 slider. And this will do it. This ball game is over. So we have a mild threat going here in the ninth. We do score one. Final score, they win it 7-3, and there's not a lot of oomph in the game today.
No, not too much. And unfortunately, Stewart pitched okay, not great. And the Indians just scored some late runs. You put 3 on the board in the 8th, you're going to be in pretty good shape.
And right now, let's check out our GMC player of the game. It is their second baseman, Luis Valbuena. He was 3 for 5, home run, our GMC player of the game. So for my partner Steve Stone, our director Jim Angiu, our producer Mike Leary, our associate